Hey guys, SamSauce411 back here today with another video. This time I am bringing you what I hope to see from Call of Duty World War II E3 2017. I think Call of Duty is going to be going over the booth on the 12th, if I'm not mistaken, although I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am. Start off, I'm recording this as of June the 9th. At 11:39 p.m. So any information after that, I have no idea. Also, my general opinion so far on Call of Duty World War II. Just to let you guys know, this may be a little biased. I've always been a sucker for World War II games, what World War II games have to offer, the general feel. I've studied World War II for years, and I love seeing a good World War II game. With that being said, I was a little disappointed when they came out and they said the campaign will not be multi-front, but I would rather have, in all honesty, a very well-structured campaign, such as Advanced Warfare's was, which I did appreciate, it was made by the same studio, than have a multi-front campaign that's kind of meh, like World at War, where you want to attach the characters. With that being said, let's get out of the way and get into the video. So, first thing I'd like to cover in the video. Campaign. What I hope to see out of campaign. I know that a lot of people don't necessarily like campaigns, but I would just love to, I'd love to see a good campaign. I've always been a sucker for a good campaign, a good story. And I played pretty much every Call of Duty campaign I've ever done, even back in Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1 and Call of Duty Finest Hour. Although my PlayStation 2 would actually, if I died, the screen went black and it wouldn't let me respawn. I had to restart my system every time. Anyways, so, first things first. Great story from a soldier point of view, not a special forces point of view. So this is one of my major issues with Call of Duty. If you think about it, we haven't had a soldier point of view for ages. And some of you might say, well, yeah, we have. We've been playing game as the role of the soldier. That's not what I mean. I mean the role of someone who's not this special forces elite, who's supposed to, you know, go in a small team and wipe out dozens of guys at once. You weren't that guy. You're a typical soldier in the Big Red 1, which there were actually a lot of guys in the Big Red 1. It wasn't a special forces unit or anything. So I do like that. That is definitely a take I love to see. Something that brings it back to its roots. Call of Duty, when Call of Duty started, the first game never put you in a special forces sort of boot to where you weren't this elite operative in a squad of 4 taking out 50, 60 people at least on your own. The first game to do that was Modern Warfare, and since then it's just gotten, in my opinion, worse and worse in that aspect. So, yeah, I'd like to say that. Second thing is historical accuracy. The game looks pretty historically accurate. There are a few things I need to ding it on. But overall, I like the feel, I like the vibe. It's not too crazy, too out there, or whatever. So that being said, I'd like to go and start dinging it now. Because, God, I love critiquing things. So the first thing I'd like to critique, the MG42. This game's trailer, the reveal trailer, I mean, butchered the MG42. It slowed down its rate of fire to an extremely slow rate. It messed up the firing sound. It just... in a real-life MG42, you don't just see bullet after bullet. You don't see, like, one bullet and another bullet. No, these things, it had a rate of fire of almost 1,300 rounds per minute. If you don't think that's a lot, that's over twice the rate of fire of an AK-47 in real life. This thing is nuts. This thing fires just slightly faster than the minigun in Black Ops 1, because that fired at about, I think, anywhere between 1,500 and 1,700 rounds per minute. So yeah, it's not that far off. It fires faster than the PPSH. The firing sound, if you want to know what an actual MG42 sounds like, go on YouTube, look it up, or go play World at War, because if you don't know, the gun sounds in that game were actually captured at a gun range, which is another thing I love about World at War. Listen to any of the gun sounds from that game, and they're the legitimate gun sounds, because every gun was captured at a shooting range. They shot it, and they had audio recorders and whatnot, and it was amazing. So other historical inaccuracies, the Panzer in the trailer, it's, the barrel when it's going down the hill, kind of, the barrel moves up. Those tanks did not have an elevation just like that to where it equalizes it if you drop. It didn't have that at the time. Just a minor thing. Another thing was the planes. When the German fighters come in and start shooting at the infantry, they would never use those big guns on infantry. Those big guns, if you look them up, they were used as anti-armor vehicles and only carried about 11 to 12 rounds apiece, and they fired very slowly. Like, we're talking slow, about as slow as the Gorgon in Black Ops 3, or even slower. Like, those things were not anti-infantry by any means, although they were very effective. My last thing for the campaign, I would love to see a DLC campaign. We've never had one in Call of Duty, but other games have done it, and it's been amazing. A DLC campaign, maybe on the Eastern Front, especially as they have stated before that there will be multiple fronts in the multiplayer. I would love that, as well as possibly seeing a Pacific campaign. With that being said, let's hop right into multiplayer. So, to start off with the multiplayer, this Call of Duty is going to be different than any Call of Duty done before it that has had a multiplayer system other than Call of Duty 3 and Call of Duty 2. Those actually had set classes and that was it. This game, if you haven't heard, is removing create a class. That's right. No more create a class in the game. So the first thing I heard when I heard this, I lost my crap. I was like, "Are you kidding me? They're taking out create a class." But wait, okay, it's not as bad as it seems. Now the game is taking out to an extent. You have to play through this system called divisions, and if you don't know, there are several. There are 5 of these divisions actually, and I'm going to run through them really quick. So the first one is called Airborne. And the description they gave, because they gave out descriptions for all 5 of these, Airborne's description is first to the fight where you move fast and stay quiet. This will be your running gunners, your behind the lines, airborne units in World War II. German airborne units carried stuff like the FG-42 light machine gun, which is almost kind of an assault rifle in a sense. It's not quite though, it's kind of a mix. It doesn't use an intermediate coach thing. Oh, this is the funniest kill ever. He shot that guy and they got crushed by the guy's care package. Moving on. So yeah, I could also see maybe Thompsons or M1 carbines in this category. Anyways, then the next division is Mountain. Mountain is focusing on precise and deadly sharpshooting. This is where you're going to see the snipers flock over to. In 1903, Springfields, M1D Garands, Gewehr 43 scoped, Car 98 scoped, that kind of thing. Next thing you're going to see is infantry. Be the tip of the spear. This will be your standard units using a standard Car 98, M1 Garand, maybe I could kind of see other rifles being thrown in there, but not really too many between the United States and Germany. The next thing, armored, bringing the heaviest firepower. This is where I expect to see the BAR, the MG42, the Browning 1919, those kinds of guns. Heavy firepower, but not necessarily the most mobile in the world. Last but not least, expeditionary force, packing heat with incendiary shells. This one I'm kind of clueless. The only thing I can think of is maybe if they have a shotgun with incendiary shells. But as far as I know, incendiary shells were never used in World War II, so that kind of baffles me. But yeah, next thing moving on, I would like to say the headquarters system. Headquarters is this new sort of meet and greet lobby/hub system. The teaser they gave us was a visual of Omaha Beach packed with 40 or so players, and it was really neat. It looks like a really neat system where you can maybe look over each other's full customization and everything. I think that'd be a really neat kind of thing for you to meet new players that you might be interested in meeting or playing around with. Last but not least, the War Game Mode. War Game Mode is supposed to be an asymmetrical game mode where you capture objectives and you just try to move on. I would love to see this be a sort of operation-style game mode from Battlefield 1. I know this game isn't Battlefield, but I really do like Battlefield 1's setup with operations, and I would love to see Call of Duty kind of do their own take on that. With that being said, the last thing I would like to get into is Nazi zombies. So, we aren't quite sure if it's going to be Nazi zombies, let's be honest. Activision's getting kind of PC on the rest of us, and I don't like it for World War II, but what are you going to do? The whole world's going sort of PC at this point. They say that they've given us a teaser already about a new Zombies game mode. This is something that I would like to see it, but I hope it's not a direct kind of copy like Advanced Warfare Zombies was with Exo Zombies. I don't want to see it be too crazy. I don't want to see these big old boss zombies like the Goliath. I don't want to see stupid stuff like that. I just want to be... I want to be, in a sense, because this is designed by the same people who made Dead Space, keep in mind. I want this to be a scary kind of zombies, like World at War of the Lucht was, and World at War Shinonuma. Like, that was actually kind of scary if you were playing it back then. You would hear screams and whatnot in the map if there weren't zombies around. You'd hear children crying, and it was just really creepy and really scary for someone who might not expect that. So I'd love to see that take on it. Also, I just love a good zombies game, and I hope they don't go too PC. I hope it is Nazi zombies, but I highly doubt it will be. So, yeah, with that being said, I think I'm done with Nazi zombies. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are still with me, now that I'm done with Nazi zombies, I believe I've covered every aspect of what I should cover with, World War II multiplayer zombies campaign. I think I've covered the whole game pretty well. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like or subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like to see any improvements or adjustments to the way I do my videos. I'd love to get feedback from you guys. Tell your friends, please spread the word I am back, and I kind of want to start this channel back up again. So I hope you all have a good night, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace out, guys.